What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the stream. And as you can see from the standings right there on your screen, we are right in the thick of things. Something crazy kind of happened. We have closed the gap from the Angels. I believe we were 18 back at one point. I thought we had no shot at catching them for the playoffs, but as you can see, we are a mere 2.5 back on them. And the wild card, we actually hold a half-game lead on the White Sox currently. So, following the trade deadline, we got hot in the month of August. You see all the green on there. We got a lot of guys scorching. Our entire pitching rotation was red hot all at once. It was really something to see. Everybody has really been on fire for the last 2 months to put us in this position. So we are actually here at the end of the Double-A season. Actually, what I'm going to do in this episode is I'm going to sim to the end of the season and see if we make the playoffs. And if we do make the wild card game, I'm going to do a quick manage for that. If we make the regular playoffs, either after the wild card game or just straight up, I will do another episode of quick managing that series. I decided I don't want to play the playoffs in year 4. I want to go into next season anew and play a lot of games that season. That's really the first year that I want to be playing all out, going and playing a lot of games. I'll definitely get some gameplays from that next season up for you guys, but a lot of them are going to be played off screen, and I'll give you guys some periodic updates, some periodic gameplays, and that's it. So, anyways, the Double-A season has ended. Let's check out how some of the guys did. Our first round draft pick had an okay season at Double-A. So again, I'd like to see more power out of him, but I love the walk numbers. Those are great. The average is solid. He's only 19 years old. The power numbers aren't outstanding quite yet, so not too worried. Growth was pretty solid. Would have liked to see maybe a little bit more in those contact and power numbers, but okay season for his first year. Buford Grant actually looks like he might be the best shortstop from our first draft class. He is really outperforming David Arellano to this point. Arellano is really an elite defender, but his bat has not come along as we had hoped. So a little bit concerned about that. I might do Arellano in AAA next year. I don't know. His bat really needs a lot of work, but he's just not developing as I'd hoped. Francisco Batista, he finished on a hot streak, so he is looking like he is everything that we had advertised, so that is good. We did get Manuel Vasquez into Double-A for a little bit at the end. The power wasn't there, but the average is quite solid, so that's good to see. He'll be ready for a full-time Double-A role next year. Leandro Rojas, not great. He's got his contact issues and concerns. Because of those contact issues, I might leave him in Double-A one more year so we can try to make sure that he's not pushed too fast. We're getting good gains in that vision department, +4 in the contact, right? So those are things I like to see, but he's losing something in power and he's losing something in discipline. So got to be careful with him. We're worried about his development long term, and got to be careful with him. Dylan Medina, again, first taste of Double-A is not great, but again, he's only 19, not worried about him. Dian Jorge, not bad, so he's going to stick around for at least one more year, probably get him into AAA next year. And that's all I want to speak of for right now for the Double-A lineup. Let's look at the Double-A rotation. Luis Aguayo, somebody we want to highlight. Pretty decent season there. Strikeout numbers pretty good. Solid gains across the board, although not outstanding, but he's already 6'4" overall as a 19-year-old. Fernando Arias got some pretty great gains, though. +6 Ks per 9, +6 base on balls per 9. Season numbers could be a little bit great. The walk numbers obviously quite out of control as we expected with him, but not so bad. I might leave him in Double-A next year. I don't know. I got some thinking about where I want to put him next year. I don't want to push him too fast because we really want to make sure those base on ball numbers can keep growing so he can really be successful in the majors, but we'll see. Double-A bullpen, really nobody to speak of down there, so not concerned with that. So, all right. The AAA season ends here, so let us go there and see how we do. Okay. So a couple of injuries. I'll just let the game sim. Oh, we are picking up some dubs in the AAA squad. Yohan Ramirez is injured. We are looking good. Where are we sitting now? We are 1.5 out of the AL West. Where are we sitting for the... Oh, we are now 4 games on top of that second wildcard spot. So we look pretty good to make the playoffs. We're just about winning the division now. So, all right, let's sim this AAA game, and let's go check out some of the AAA guys before we finalize this year. So, Dason De Los Santos pushed into AAA. The power numbers, I'd like to see more because he's supposed to be a pretty big-time power bat, but overall, decent performance. We don't love the -6 in the power left category, but overall, pretty good growth across the board. Happy to see him finally figuring it out. Manzardo, that's a decent season. he's getting to the point where I got to get him into the majors or trade him before he starts to lose value. So I might look to trade him in the offseason to acquire us something. I don't know. I'll see what we need. Kevin Alcantara fell off a cliff in the second half of the year, so that's not good. He was having a great first half, but just kind of disappeared in the second half, so don't love that. You see he lost those power numbers, -1 and -3. Let's see what else we want to talk about down here. Miguel Blyce, we pushed him to AAA. He had an outstanding season at AA, so you see excellent growth there. Kind of a little bit annoyed he only gained 3 overall because of how good he was playing at AA, but really love the gains in both the contact right and power right there. So nothing else to speak of in terms of lineups. Let's look at some of the guys here. Alexander Vizcaino, I called up Abner Uribe instead of him for the 28-man roster. He was outstanding at AAA. This guy might be competing for a rotation spot next year, but definitely something playing in the bullpen. I like what he can do for us. Dylan Dodd finished the season well. I didn't originally bring him back last offseason. You brought him back because we needed depth. I don't know what I'll do with him. Max Bruns, really good. This is really his first taste of ball above A ball. So pretty good there. He might be in our rotation in a couple seasons. Derek Leonard, we pushed to AAA. Not so great. Brandon Medina looked good, though. And he's only 22 years old. I think he's 78 or 79 potential. So that's another guy forcing his hand to get into the rotation, considering Shane Pizzini is okay. Dylan Coleman, great numbers at AAA. I don't know if I'll try to bring him back to trade him or just non-tender him. I don't think he'll be back next year. Other guys are kind of phasing him out. I was happy with what we were able to get from him in the short term. Bryce Miller looks like a future bullpen beast with how he pitched this year. Quite the same trajectory as Bryce Bonin last year. Kind of took off at AAA. So Guillermo Leon didn't really get that many innings at AAA. And then Ronnie Collado looks like a future dominant back-end bullpen piece. You see the +7 to the Ks per 9, the +10 to the base on balls per 9. This guy can be something for us. So, all right. We are sitting, let's go to the Baltimore series here. Ooh, that is a rough loss for us. Right there, because we are now, Houston is right there with LA. Okay, this is interesting. So, we are a game back of both the Angels and the Astros for the AL West. And we are sitting 2 games up on the White Sox. So this is an important series. So we're going to take this game by game. So the Angels and the Astros. All right. Win. All right, good. We got that first win. That's good. But the Angels won. The Astros lost. So now we are sitting a game back each. Okay. Game 2. Ooh, lost. Who was pitching? Trevor Rogers. Ooh, we needed that. Okay. So Angels won. That should clinch them the division. Okay, so we're not going to win the division. How are we looking for the playoff spot? So now we're competing with the Astros for home field advantage. What I'm going to do here first is I'm going to sim this first game here. And, that is awful timing. Oh, no, we're going to miss him for the playoff game. All right, we're going to keep him active. And then let's go check out, see if we can simulate the Astros game. So Houston won. So we are going to finish in that second wild card spot, it looks like, unfortunately. So we're going to be playing on the road in the wild card game. So, all right, let's go take a look at how the lineup finished up. So Santiago Espinal is going to have to play in that leadoff spot at second base. I'm okay with that. This is why we got Espinal. Oh, he is showing up as injured. I was like, the thing was not next to his name. So, all right. So Espinal did not have his best season. I don't know where this came from, so it's a little bit disappointing, but he didn't really lose that much. I'm not too concerned. He's been rock solid for us, so I think he'll have a bounce back year next year. He might be playing in a full-time bench role next year, but that doesn't mean he's not going to get plenty of at-bats. Willy Adames really had a great second half of the season. The on-base percentage numbers could be better. He didn't take a lot of walks, but the average got up to a decent position, and so did the power. So I'm okay with how he finished the year. I really am. Brian Reynolds, this is an outstanding season. I think he had probably 6 WAR. Was he nearing? 7.3 WAR. So outstanding by Brian Reynolds. Ian Happ cooled down at the end of the season, but still great year. WAR was 3.5. Maybe because he's playing left field. I don't know why the WAR is so low for him, but really good hitting season for him. Michael Bush had a great second half of the season for the second straight year. That is what I'm looking for out of him. Great season by him. Alejandro Kirk, those are great season numbers. He did cool off in the second half, but honestly, that is an outstanding season by Alejandro Kirk. Gunnar Henderson, whew, really got smoking hot in the month of September. You look at the final slash line for the year. This guy was our top prospect coming into this franchise, and he is killing it. Really excited about that. Juan Yepes, I want to see more power out of him, but otherwise, pretty solid numbers. He's really league average across the board for his numbers. Let's see, strikeouts. Yeah, he's basically league average for everything. His WAR's a little lower, but that's because he's playing DH and not defense. I might look to replace him in the DH spot, but I definitely want to keep him around as a bat. Jarren Duran cooled off at the end of the year. Overall, good numbers. I actually looked in. He has 87 potential, and I did not know that. He's already 28, so achieving that 87 potential doesn't seem likely, but still, it's nice to have a guy like that around. Jonathan India, just phenomenal year. I said last year I wanted his numbers to look like 2021, and they basically look like that, but even a little bit better in some categories. So really happy with him. We did give him an extension. I don't know if I mentioned that to you guys. I can't remember if I mentioned that, but yes, we did extend Jonathan India, again, a front-loaded contract, so I'm pretty excited to have him around for a little bit. Jorge Mateo, I was really hoping to get some speed out of him, and we didn't. Not happy about how we got out of him, but gotta keep him on the playoff roster because, hey, we need speed in the playoffs to possibly steal base. Nick Gordon, not the greatest year. He'll probably stay around, though, because he's a nice left-handed bat. He's had a couple good years with us, so not too worried about him. Carson Taylor, not a bad year. Love him as a backup catcher. And then Elliot Ramos didn't have a good year at AAA either. I don't know if he'll be on the playoff roster. He's going to play in the minor league game the wild card game because we're going to need somebody, and India can't do it because he's hurt right now. But when India's back, I don't know if Elliot Ramos will be on the roster. Okay, checking out the pitching rotation. I told you all of these guys got hot at the same time. You see some of them finished hot on the end of the year. Trevor Rogers, great season. Let's check out his FIP was great too. So, I mean, he's really the ace of our staff. We're getting what we paid for there. Grayson Rodriguez had his best season in the majors. One of the top strikeout guys in the majors. The FIP is just pristine, so that's pretty good. Asa Lacy got his ERA under 4 as the season ended, so he's already up to 80 overall. Love the FIP there. Bobby Miller settled down. He got those strikeout numbers up near 9 at the end of the year. The FIP could be better, but he's really those home run numbers, and that is it, which we are concerned about. And then Mike Soroka was just a great midseason acquisition for us. His FIP was 3.81, but again, he doesn't strike out a lot of guys. He's more of a walk-limiting guy. Would love the number 9 numbers be a little bit better, but especially with the 80 in that category, but that's okay. Brian Bello really settled down in the second half of the season. He really did well after coming back. He stayed down in the minors, did well there, came back up. So the 4.24 and the 4.84 here, 8.9, that's really from the first half of the season. Again, he had a great second half of the year like he did last year. Abner Uribe only pitched 3 innings. Luis Frias did not have his best season. You see the FIP up there. So I hope he's not another Tyler Ivey, kind of just after a couple good years, just going downhill really fast because really hope that he's part of our long-term option as bullpen. Kyle Nicholas, he had a pretty good year. What was his FIP? Pretty low, right? 3.4, so that was good. Bryce Bonnin, he never really got a lot of chances to lower that ERA after a really poor first half. Keegan Aiken was pretty good. What was his final FIP? 3.3. So Keegan Aiken looks like a future bullpen piece as a lefty. Yohan Ramirez was just flat out phenomenal. I'm surprised he didn't get a potential bump because this is his second straight really dominant season. Strikeout numbers took a step backwards, but overall great. Carlos Hernandez wasn't good. Now you see he lost potential there. FIP is high. I'm going to trade him in the offseason just because we're overloading on bullpen pieces, and I could use Hernandez in a trade to help me acquire somebody more important. And then here is Aaron Bummer. Oh, you know what? I just realized that Aaron Bummer or Yohan Ramirez was supposed to be in my bullpen role. So, but that's okay. There was only like a couple games that happened. So that's how we finished up there. Let us go and simulate this. And then we are going to be playing in the playoffs. All right, let's go check out some of the awards really fast. All right. So MVP, Rafael Devers for the American League. We could have had him instead of Matt Chapman. A little bit upset at myself for being stupid like that. But you know what? We're not blocking Gunnar Henderson, which makes me happy, and he's playing phenomenal right now. So Walker Buehler is the MVP. Okay. Bryce Harper? Yeah, I probably would have given it to Bryce Harper because I don't really agree with pitchers winning MVP too frequently. They definitely win it way too frequently in this game. And, like, that's a good year, but, like, it's not crazy. Okay. Cy Young, obviously Bueller. Syndergaard, look at that. Career resurgence for Syndergaard. Batting title, Devers and Bohm. Reliever of the year, Camilo Duvall. Jordan Romano. Rookie of the year, Forrest Whitley. Ricky Vanasco from a 72 overall. Ooh, no, Blake Walston should have won it. Yeah, Blake Walston's better. Okay, well, whatever. All right, Hank Aaron Orr, Devers, and Harper, and then Gold Gloves. So, okay. Let us make sure that everybody is. So it looks like they did send. I don't want Mike. I don't know why they bring up Michael Chavis. I want nothing to do with Michael Chavis on my roster. Who did they send down? Jorge Mateo. No, I want Jorge Mateo because I want that speed. Yeah, I wish they would not touch your rosters. Let me do it for myself. Who did they send down for pitching? Looks like they sent down Bryce Bonnin, which I don't want to do because Abner Uribe, I did not pitch a bunch. So we'll add Bryce Bonnin back and send Abner Uribe down. Okay. And then make sure our bullpen is set. We want to put Carlos Hernandez up here, and that should be good. All right, let's get to this game. All right, so a pitching matchup. Oh! Shoot! What just happened? Well, sorry, I can't quick manage it for you guys. I swear, you know what happened? I thought that I was going to a day before that, so... Well, that's kind of anticlimactic, guys. It looks like Aaron Bummer blew a save. Yep, we were up 4-2. Bush had 2 hits and a home run. Reynolds had a double. Kirk had a double. He was 2 for 3. Henderson was 2 for 4. Adames 1 for 4. I don't. We must have been facing a lefty. Let's see. And then, so how'd the pitching go? So Rogers, not a great start, but decent. Bello got a hold. Aiken got a hold. And I don't know why Bummer was so bad all season. That's just rough. So, well, that kind of sucks. I wanted to, that's kind of anticlimactic, but, whatever. My thumb's just a little too fast, I guess. So, all right, well, let's see where we are sitting right now. So Toronto's up 3-0. They took down the Astros 3-0. Angels beat the Guardians 3-1. Phillies beat the Cubs 3-1. Padres took down the Giants, and then Dodgers took down the Padres 3-1. So, and then the Dodgers took 4-1 over there. So Toronto looks like they're about to make the playoffs. Let's go look at Toronto. So, no, it looks like the Angels are going to the World Series. Interesting. All right, this is going to be a heavyweight matchup. So, Ohtani versus Syndergaard. Ohtani facing the Angels. Okay, it's a loss for the Angels. Bueller versus Flaherty. Another win for the Dodgers. May versus Pearson. Okay. Detmers versus Wynn. Okay. Balazovic versus Moss. Okay, we are going to Game 6. It's a pretty good series so far. Syndergaard versus Ohtani. Oh, and the Dodgers are the 2025 World Series champions. Back-to-back champs. Yeah, so Dodgers pretty unbeatable right now. They're on a roll, and they are back-to-back World Series champions. So I'm sorry about that quick manage thing. That's totally my mistake. I screwed up on that, and yeah, well... Anyways, that is the end of Season 4. I got to be honest, I'm happy that we made the playoffs. I'm happy with how some of the guys performed. You see, we had 3 All-Stars. I mean, that is something. That is definitely something. We had 3 All-Stars on the roster. Some of the other guys played really well. Some of the other guys, maybe took some steps back. But I think next year we are going to be a World Series contender. I'm going to make it happen. We definitely got a couple holes to fill. Maybe you want to sort out some rotation stuff. I might consider bringing Mike Soroka back. I mean, he was so steady and dominant for us. I might consider bringing him back just because of that. But we'll see who's on the open market. I think I'm at least going to give him a qualifying offer so I get a draft pick if he does sign somewhere else. But yeah, and then as far as the bullpen, I might try to send a couple of these bullpen arms, maybe to acquire some elite arms for our bullpen, maybe one more. And then hopefully Aaron Bummer bounces back because I don't know what was up with this, but he did have a bad year in 23 and he backed it up with a dominant year in 24. So hopefully that's the trajectory we get. So Anyways, in the meantime, between time, I really want to thank y'all for tuning in and checking out this series and riding with me. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'm gone. Deuces.